Here's this 22-year-old kid that's got it dialed in at one of the highest levels I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, it's great. Well, it's a great comparison to our industry.
Yeah.
Successful teams, no matter what, if you're talking athletics, business, whatever it may be, a lot of the traits are the same.
That's right.
Welcome to our Industrial Advisors podcast. You have Bill Condon and Matt McGregor, and we're doing a 5-Minute Friday. Last night was the national championship game. The Indiana Hoosiers football team won, which is crazy to even say, given where they were a year ago.
Yeah.
But we actually thought about...
Well, and historically.
Well, historically, they've been the worst college football program in
which is
basically
insane.
the history. Yeah, so amazing to see what they did. But we thought about like how that team correlates to a successful commercial real estate team.
Yeah.
In brokerage.
Lessons that can be learned.
Yeah.
So let's start off. I mean, leadership and training. I didn't know that coach before this year.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And to me, to be able to walk into a program that was the worst, any program, but in today's college football, but the worst program in the history of college football. And in 2 seasons, when he won 11 games his first season, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's won everywhere he's went.
Yeah, and then in 2 seasons to be able to come in and go undefeated and arguably make a statement for one of the greatest teams of all time. And the biggest thing I took away was when I was watching, I think, the Oregon game, it was a stat between Oregon and Alabama that in 4- and 5-star recruits, I think Alabama had 41 and Oregon had 52. And they, of course, as we all know, Indiana crushed both of those teams by 30-some points each. And they had 0 5-star recruits and 8 4-star. So to be able to come into this environment and be able to coach at that level with players that arguably aren't as good, I mean, how do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's amazing when everyone just is okay with doing their job and they don't need all the credit. It's like an efficient brokerage team, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows exactly what their role is, right? They're all in it for the collective, let's win as a team. Yes. And good things happen, right?
And they buy into the concept of that team.
Correct.
And approach.
Yeah, my role may be whatever, business development. Another guy's role may be analytics or whatever it may be. Yeah. Like everyone that's really good and stays in their lane, does their job to the best of their ability, good things happen.
Clearly, good things happen. And then the other thing that I would say is kind of the responsibility around turnovers. 1 fumble in 16 games and 7 interceptions. 1 fumble, the average across the league averages 11 to 15, depending on the level, D1 through 3. I mean, it's not even on the same analytical page, and that stat reminded me the Moneyball thing, right? Just the analytical look at this. But the other thing when I think of brokerage is we all have our things that we're supposed to do. If you do them, there's no question of success. If you do the things that this is not a hard industry, right? But then do we all do them? And Indiana did it. They said, this is the way we're going to avoid turnovers. This is your responsibility. This is how we pass the ball. This is how we receive the ball. This is how we hand off the ball. And this is how we take care of the ball. And they clearly did it like no team in history.
They did. And so that's a really good point. But I would also say about them is when they faced adversity, okay, and that's one of the things we want to talk about, they didn't buckle, right? They faced adversity and they handled it the right way.
Yes.
So it's no different than when a brokerage team, for whatever reason, hits some adversity, they have a loss, they lose a pitch or whatever. How do you respond to that? You get upset and all of a sudden you pout for 2 days, or do you get right back on it and go win more business, right?
That's right.
Like, how do you respond to adversity? They did a great job of responding to adversity. You can't go, the fact that they went 16-0 is unbelievable. I mean, you don't have one letdown.
With no 5-star recruits.
With 16 games, that's a lot of football games, man.
Yeah.
And to go 16-0 is incredible.
Yeah, and with the teams they played.
Yeah.
Oregon twice, Alabama, obviously Miami, Penn State, to have 1 fumble, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I didn't see that stat, but that is remarkable.
How many times did you fumble in college?
I fumbled more than once, yeah, for sure. But I didn't fumble very much.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah, no, I did not. But yeah, their discipline and consistency they just went into it like, you think about, they were like a Midwest hard-nosed team. There was like, we're just going to do what we do. We're going to go win the week, and we're going to do it all over again on Monday.
Yes.
We're going to win the game on Saturday. We're going to go to work on Monday and do it all over again. And they just did it week after week after week, and it's no different than really good brokerage teams. That this is what we do, this is how we do it, and we're going to be consistent at it.
That's right. I was watching an interview, speaking of like discipline and doing the same thing. I was watching an interview with the quarterback, Mendoza.
Yeah.
After the Oregon game, this guy in the live interview was comparing him to Tom Brady and was like, stop it. Like, don't do that. But he talked about these coaches that were around him, and he gave all credit to the coaches about the mindset of improving your performance by all of the factors that can improve it. So he was talking about what goes into his body and at what times and how much he's going to sleep. He had this so dialed in that I was shocked. And it made me think again of brokerage. Like, we know all of these things, you know how to do it. How much of it do you actually do? And here's this 22-year-old kid that's like got it dialed in at one of the highest levels I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, it's great. Well, it's a great comparison to our industry. Successful teams, no matter what, if you're talking athletics, business, whatever it may be, a lot of the traits are the same.
That's right.
Thank you for listening.
Happy Friday.